I'm preparing caramel white forest cake today. It's a white forest cake with a small twist. Usually a white vanilla sponge is used for a white forest cake, but here I'm using a caramel sponge with lots of cherry syrup and shredded white chocolate. First, let's prepare the salted caramel sauce. The ingredients are half cup each of sugar and heavy cream, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon butter and 1/4 cup of water. This cream is collected at home, that's why I am grinding it for just 10 seconds to remove any lumps. You don't have to do this for store-bought cream. Mix the sugar and water and start heating it in a thick bottomed vessel. As the sugar boils and melts, it starts changing to amber color. Continue simmering for about 5 minutes and you can see the nice caramelized color of the sugar. Remove it from the heat and add the salt, butter and the cream. Be careful and stay a little away while adding the butter and the cream, as the sugar syrup would be very hot now and it would start spluttering. Mix it well and again start heating it with continuous stirring. As I already mentioned, this is home collected cream. Make sure the cream is very cold and don't churn it for more than 10 seconds, otherwise it would start changing to butter. Cook it till you get a nice sauce consistency. It will further thicken on cooling. Lastly, add the vanilla and then remove it for cooling. See how thick the caramel sauce has become on cooling. This is the perfect consistency for cakes. Now let's prepare the caramel sponge cake. First, grease a 6-inch tin with butter and dust it with some flour. Also add a butter paper at the bottom. These are all the ingredients you need. I am also putting it in the description in detail. Make sure that all the ingredients are at room temperature. First, sieve together all the dry ingredients, which are the maida, baking soda and the baking powder. Now also powder the sugar finely. I am using brown sugar to get the nice brown color of the caramel cake, but you can also use white sugar if you don't have brown sugar. Let's start mixing the wet ingredients now. The butter, oil and the sugar first. Whip them all together well for at least 5 minutes to get the nice airy texture. Also add the curd and the caramel syrup and mix it all together well. Whip the wet ingredients very well to incorporate as much air as possible into it. This will make the cake more airy and spongy. Now add the dry ingredients mixture in 2 batches. After mixing the first batch well, then add the second batch of the flour. Remember not to whip much after adding the dry ingredients, otherwise the cake would not rise well. Use the cut and fold method to bring together the flour and the wet ingredients mixture. Scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl. Finally, add milk as needed to get the required consistency. The milk should be mixed well in the batter, so just whip for another 20 to 30 seconds, not more than that. Now add the batter to the cake tin up to 3/4 of its height and tap it over the counter to remove any air bubbles. Bake the cake at 180 degrees centigrade in a preheated oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. A toothpick inserted in the cake should come out clean. Each oven is different, so the time may vary by about 5 minutes. Let the cake to cool down completely before unmolding it. Also, the cake has to be chilled in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour before you start to decorate it. Chilling is important as it will reduce the crumbs when you cut the cake for decoration. Remove the thick upper crust of the cake. Also cut horizontally along the cake to make 2 layers. Set aside the top layer for now. I have kept the cherries soaked in the sugar syrup for an hour now. This will make the sugar syrup get the nice aroma of the cherries. Remove the cherries from the sugar syrup and slice them. If you're using tin cherries, then you can use the syrup that you get in the tin itself. I already have a video for stabilized whipped cream in my channel. The link is there here and also in the description. Please check it out. This is an 8-inch cake board I am using. Add some cream to the center of the board and place the first layer of the sponge on it. The cream will stick the cake to the board without moving. Soak the sponge with the cherry soaked sugar syrup that we had prepared earlier. Do not add too much of the syrup, otherwise the sponge would become completely soggy. Now start adding the cream. I am using my palette knife to spread the cream evenly. You can use any knife with a flat surface. Now time for adding the cherries. Add as much or as little as you like it. Now place the second layer of the sponge and soak it with the cherry soaked sugar syrup. You can see that I have inverted the sponge here so that I get the flat surface of the bottom on the top. Repeat the same steps as we did for the first layer, but we don't add cherries now. Cover all the sides with the cream neatly. Dip the knife in water in between and then smoothen all the sides and the top smoothly. Use only room temperature water for this. Take your time to smoothen the top and the sides and also get nice sharp corners. This takes in a lot of time and patience, and of course you can master it with practice. Now the cream part of the job is done. Now I am going to chill the cake for an hour before continuing with the decoration. Board and the table regularly for obvious reasons that we are working with white cream. Even a small dot of crumb would be clearly visible on it. Now I am making some blue hearts using the star nozzle. I have just added some blue color to the white cream. And now for the white chocolate. This is what gives White Forest cake the name White Forest. I am covering all the sides and top of the cake with the shredded white chocolate. The chocolate is very cold, so it is very easy to shred it. Cover the cake completely with lots of grated white chocolate. These are sugar pearls. These are available in any shop selling bakery items. Finally, I am adding a border with the star nozzle again so that it gives a very clean look. Keeping the basic ingredients of any flavor intact, it is up to you how you want to decorate your cake. It's fully your imagination. I had made this cake for a family occasion. Half members of the family wanted a white chocolate cake and half members wanted a caramel cake. And so I came up with the solution of mixing both the flavors in one. And trust me, it was a super hit and everyone loved it. I'm sure you also will like it. So friends, please try it out and let me know your feedback in the comments. If you find my recipes good, please like them and also share my videos and subscribe to my channel Padma Priya's Cuisine. Also click on the bell icon so you get notified whenever I post a new video. I want to remind, stay home as much as possible and stay safe. Thank you very much for watching friends, and please subscribe to Padma Priya's Cuisine.